1947, North Africa. With the British Commonwealth forces having a secret intel base out in the middle of the desert, they find themselves at risk of losing one of their precious encoding machines when the forces of the Green Hand launch a surprise attack out of nowhere. Will the newly formed autonomous unit of the British Armed Forces be able to hold back the might and force of the Green Hand and Colonel von Liechtenstein in this week's game of Konflikt 47 2nd Edition?
Oh, George, I can't wait for the war to be over. Think of all the bananas we could get.
Damn it, Williamson! Get on the line! We're taking heavy fire over here! They're headed your way!
Oh, George. Oh, hold on. Major. Ah, yes, Major, what seems to be the issue?
It's the Green Hand, damn it! Colonel von Liechtenstein! They ambushed us from the high ground en route! They're headed your way, damn it!
Oh, George. Yes, of course, sir. We're complete readiness
Damn
here.
it, Williamson! We're getting slaughtered out here!
Now listen to me. It's of the highest importance that you secure the encoding machine in the village. The very fate of the North African campaign could be in your hands, Williamson. Now keep an eye out. They have heavy weapon teams, MMGs, mortars. They have snipers, flamethrowers. They have these super freak power armor troops called Stahltruppen, anti-tank weapons. They're deadly. As well as a full squadron of veteran Volksgrenadiers with assault rifles and LMGs. Some of the Green Hand's most elite infantry forces. There's also been reports of armored vehicles, including the Flammenspinner, which shoots flames, and the Vogelspinner as well, equipped with a Martian sphere and medium machine gun. Those damn Axis gravity pulse weapons. Not to mention Colonel von Liechtenstein. Ha! I hate that guy. He's so smug, but he's got a cool cape. Anyways, Williamson! Don't worry, we've secured you with the latest technology from MI6, the great minds and engineers of the British Commonwealth. Now, Williamson, I must warn you, you will have to control all of these. Some of these are experimental units, and they haven't been properly field tested. First up, we have 2 squads of Mark I automated infantry. And these have either autocannons or machine guns. Then we have the brand new Mark II heavy automated infantry. These are again either equipped with autocannons or machine guns. And last but not least, the brand new Bombardier and Hunter ground autonomous vehicles. We expect nothing but the best from you, Williamson. Now, today, you have 2 missions, Williamson. You must eliminate the incoming Axis forces of the Green Hand, as well as securing the center objective and making sure that that rat bastard Colonel von Liechtenstein doesn't get his hands on our secret encoding machine. If the Axis forces got hold of our encoding machine, it would mean that all of our work would be undone. Now, do you understand the mission, Williamson? It's of the utmost importance. Did you get that, Williamson?
Oh, George, stop it. You know I'm ticklish. Oh, yes, Major, of course, I got all that.
Damn it, Williamson!
This is a direct order from the highest intelligence officers back at MI6, and a message from the Queen herself. You must not fail.
George. The fate of this war could rest in your hands. May God have mercy on our souls.
Hey, how's it going? Mike from Mike Rolls Dice, and we have another game of Konflikt 47 2nd Edition for you folks. And today is the premiere of the British Commonwealth forces here on the channel. So shout out to Rev for getting these put together and painted, and they're going to be showing down against my Green Hand Axis forces. Like the Major said in the intro here, we're playing Grand Tactical, and all we need to do is destroy each other's units and try and hold the center objective. I want to spend a moment to give a quick shout out to our YouTube members. We just recently put out our members here on the channel, and thank you so much to Tiki the Hut, and it's me, Rev. Appreciate it. Now, without further ado, let's get into the start of turn 1. So the Green Hand Axis forces are starting off turn 1 here, pulling a dice out of the bag. And I just ran on a 3-man unit of Stall Troopin'. These are equipped with the STG assault rifles and an LMG. Green Hand are up next, and a medium machine gun team has just run onto the board, getting cover behind that rock over there, setting up for a lane of fire in the future. Next up, a 5 robot unit of Mark I armored infantry from the British Commonwealth forces. And these come stock with autocannons, but Rev upgraded these with HMGs. And after advancing on the board, they're going to take aim at the Axis medium machine gun team. It's quite a lot of shots from a 5 robot unit. And after rolling their damage rolls, they successfully take out the medium machine gun team.
Threat eliminated. Target neutralized.
Parachuting from the sky, because I forgot to place the spotter down at the start. The spotter for the mortar team parachutes in and takes his place inside the building, making it easier for the mortars in the future to range in. So Rev up next here, and the brand new Mark II armored infantry coming onto the board, and these are equipped with autocannons.
Target spotted. Ready for fire order.
Taking aim at the spotter who just parachuted into that building, starting off with light autocannons first. Trying to soften up the structure, but the spotter makes a save. Heavy autocannon up next. And the building doesn't seem to provide much cover as the autocannons rip through the building and take out the spotter. So a 3-man unit of Stall Troopin' are moving on to the board next with an advance order here. They have a light anti-tank gun, an LMG, and an STG-44 assault rifle. Being just within range with its light anti-tank weapon, it's going to take aim at the Mark I infantry there, next to the commander. Successfully hitting on a 5, and with enough penetration from the light anti-tank round, is able to take out one of the Mark I infantry.
Warning. Warning. Taking incoming fire.
So the British forces are up next, and in an automated mobile platform bombardier, ground autonomous vehicles moving on to the board here, and taking aim at the Stall Troopin' over by the rock on the far corner. Fortunately missing though. So now another one of the bombardier vehicles are moving on to the board here, taking aim at the Stall Troopin' behind the central building. Firing with its howitzer here and hitting for each under the template, and actually managing to take out 2 of the Stall Troopin' with the HE shot. Now Colonel von Liechtenstein is moving onto the board with his bodyguard, running onto the board right next to the now single Stall Troopin' who just had his squad mates taken out. He's going to be looking to provide a support bubble to the units that deploy later. So now British Commonwealth moving onto the board with a different ground vehicle, the automated Hunter vehicle with its anti-tank weapon, taking aim at the now visible Colonel von Liechtenstein. But unfortunately misses. Another unit of Mark I armored infantry moving onto the board here, and again, most of these units have quite slow movement, just kind of shambling onto the board and looking to get targets later on. The Axis sniper team equipped with an anti-tank rifle is going to be taking aim at the Mark I infantry squad that is next to the platoon commander.
There they are! Get ready! Take the shot! They're out in the open!
With the upgraded pen bonus from the anti-tank rifle, takes out one of the Mark I infantry. Now getting cover and running onto the board, the Axis heavy weapon platoon commander is just taking cover behind the rock. As well as the bazooka team for the Green Hand, which is running onto the board and finding some cover behind that lone rock, looking to get some shots later on.
Steady now. We need to wait for the perfect opportunity.
The second platoon commander for the British Commonwealth is moving onto the board, mirroring the movement of the Axis commander.
What seems to be the issue, lads? Why aren't we moving?
And a new unit of Stahltruppen are just advancing onto the board, now having some targets with their light anti-tank gun. They're going to be firing at the Mark I infantry to the right. Hitting with their shot, and with the added pen from the light anti-tank, they easily take out one of the Mark I armored infantry. So another unit of Mark II heavy infantry are moving on, and these are equipped with light autocannons and heavy autocannons. They're going to be firing at the sniper team that just exposed themselves. After some successful hits and damage rolls and a failed save, they managed to take out the sniper's spotter. Now another Hunter ground autonomous vehicle here is moving onto the board and is taking aim at the Stahltruppen over by the heavy weapons platoon commander.
Locking on. Targeting system active.
Firing with its light anti-tank gun, but unfortunately missing. And a flamethrower team for the Green Hand is running onto the board right next to the platoon commander, looking to move across the board and get within range of its infantry flamethrower. So now a 12-man unit of veteran Volksgrenadiers, all equipped with assault rifles and LMGs, are running onto the board, hiding behind that rock, as well as a medium mortar team, which is taking position next to its heavy weapons platoon commander.
Forward, damn it! We must get the encoder at all costs.
The Green Hand Flammenspinne is running onto the board, taking cover behind the buildings as it shambles across, looking to get within range with its infantry flamethrower as well.
Moving forward. Ready the flamethrowers.
Now the Vogelspinne advances onto the board with its 12-inch movement and is going to expend a rift dice using its Maschensphere cannon and getting a template shot here, attempting to take out the platoon commander as well as some of the Mark I infantry. Picking one of the Mark I units as the target, it's able to get the platoon commander under the template. Missing most of its shots, including the ones for the platoon commander, but with its +2 pen is able to take out one of the Mark I infantry. One thing to note is most of these robot units from the British Commonwealth do not take pins, and quite a lot of them have hard to kill. Rev using his guts from his platoon commander and George there to put the Mark I infantry's dice back in the bag. And Rev going again with the Mark I infantry, now moving behind cover next to the central objective.
Advancing, ready to secure objectives and eliminate enemies.
Another Hunter vehicle is moving onto the board here, just advancing forward. It's going to be taking aim with its light autocannon at the Vogelspinne. Expending a rift dice, it actually has an ability to where it can upgrade to a medium anti-tank weapon, but there's a chance that it could sustain damage. And actually taking one hit here, but luckily the armor on the vehicle prevented it from getting taken out. So another Hunter vehicle moves onto the board and activating its rift dice, it's going to be firing at the Vogelspinne as well. And again, upgrading from a light anti-tank, it shoves a medium anti-tank round in there. Unfortunately misses, and this time actually sustaining a hit, getting taken out from the, I guess you could call it, overloaded tank round. So now Colonel von Liechtenstein, the Axis platoon commander, is using his guts to put the dice back in the bag for the Vogelspinne, as well as using his rift mastery to give an active rift dice.
Bring them down!
And Rev using a point of guts from his other platoon commander to activate again with the Hunter vehicle, firing at the Vogelspinne. Again choosing to activate its rift ability, High Voltage, and upgrade from a light anti-tank round to a medium anti-tank round. And almost sustaining enough damage to get taken out. Now the Vogelspinne is activating after pulling its dice back out of the bag, using a Rift Dice again for its template on the Maschensphere Rift ability.
Ready the laser cannon.
And it's going to be taking aim this time at the heavy Mark II infantry as well as the Mark I infantry. The black and white dice rolling for the Mark I infantry. And actually managing a successful damage roll on the Mark II. Now they do have hard to kill here, so Rev is making a hard to kill roll. And unfortunately is taken out from the gravity pulse weapon. The end of turn 1 here, and the British Commonwealth have gotten very close to securing the central objective, but they're going to have to hold off the oncoming wave from the Green Hand forces here and try and hold the ground. With their reduced movement speed from being robots, essentially, they have 4 or 8 movement. It's going to take some work to get them up there, but the good thing is they have high toughness and they have the hard to kill. That being said, there's only been 1 unit taken out for points, and that is Rev overloading with the Hunter vehicle. And that's the end of turn 1 and off to the start of turn 2. So the start of turn 2 here, and the British Commonwealth are up first. The Hunter drone is moving forward here and is going to be taking aim and firing at the Vogelspinne right behind the building there. Activating its Rift Dice again with the ability High Voltage. Unfortunately missing its shot and sustaining multiple hits from its ability, it gets taken out. Something tells me the engineers over there at the Commonwealth might have maybe mixed up the positive and negative leads or something. The Axis activating here with the Vogelspinne and advancing forward next to the central objective, rolling its inactive Rift Dice, but fortunately it has a surging dice, so going from surging to active here, using its Maschensphere cannon with its Rift ability and targeting the 2 Mark II infantry.
Ready, fire!
With one of them failing their hard to kill roll, they get taken out. So now the 2nd Mark II infantry squad equipped with autocannons are advancing right next to the platoon commander and George. They're going to be taking aim at the stalled trooping squad behind the Axis platoon commander. They actually don't suffer from moving while shooting because they are robots. It's one of their abilities, but they still need forwards to hit. Axis flamethrower squad activating here and just advancing or running forward behind the building for some cover. Now the medium mortar team on the Axis side is targeting the Mark I infantry squad from the British Commonwealth. Fortunately missing, but arranging them in for the next turn. So the Mark I infantry squad next to the central objective is activated now, and they are firing. They're going to be taking aim at the mortar squad before they can go again with the platoon commander's guts. Taking their HMGs and firing at the medium mortar team. And with failed cover save rolls, successfully taking them out.
9! My mortar team!
And the Green Hand are activating now, and the stall trooping behind the platoon commander on the Axis side are just running forward and taking cover from all the autocannon fire. And another one of the British Commonwealth Hunter vehicles is moving and taking aim at the Vogelspinne next to the central objective. hitting with a 6, but needing a 4 to glance. And choosing not to expend its rift dice so it doesn't explode. So the lone Mark II infantry now using its heavy autocannon, taking aim at the Vogelspinne. Successfully hitting and actually managing a glance. And with that questionable 6, Rev actually managing to light the vehicle on fire, but luckily the crew passes its morale test and doesn't flee. So now the sniper team is activating and taking aim at the Hunter vehicle with its anti-tank sniper rifle.
I've got you right where I want you.
Passing the order test first. Managing to hit, and with the successful damage roll, managing to take out the Hunter drone. So now the stall trooping over by the heavy weapons platoon commander on the far right side, taking aim with its LMG first and its anti-tank weapon at the Mark I infantry. Getting 3 successful hits, but no damage rolls. And firing with this anti-tank gun, successfully taking out one of the Mark I infantry. So another one of the Hunter ground vehicles are moving, advancing, trying to get line of sight onto the Vogelspinne, and firing with its light anti-tank gun.
Enemy armor spotted. Fire.
Getting a successful hit with a 5, but unfortunately not managing to pen the armor. And it also chooses not to expend its rift dice, so it doesn't self-destruct. So now the Bombardier ground vehicle is firing with its light howitzer at the Vogelspinne. It will be expending its rift dice to upgrade it to a heavier howitzer shot. Successfully hitting, but not managing to penetrate the armor. And after overloading with a heavier howitzer round, it self-destructs. So now the lone Bombardier drone on the far right side is moving and again taking aim at the Vogelspinne. This time missing and not using its rift dice, luckily for the British Commonwealth. The veteran Volks Grenadiers on the Axis side are running forward and taking cover behind that rock there and the buildings, trying to get ever closer to the center. And the Axis stall troop and platoon commander Colonel von Lichtenstein is running forward and hiding behind the building. The Green Hand Bazooka team, being able to actually get line of sight on the Bombardier drone, is firing with its bazooka. And managing a successful damage roll and a failed cover save from the ground drone, it gets taken out. Mark I infantry here on the British Commonwealth side moving forward, and they're going to be taking aim at Colonel von Lichtenstein and his bodyguard. Firing with their heavy machine guns here. Managing quite a lot of successful damage rolls against the 7 toughness stall trooping, and managing to take out the bodyguard. And luckily just passing the morale test. So the British platoon commander is stepping out, smoking his corncob pipe as bullets whiz by and anti-tank rounds as he starts making his way up the board. The Flammenspinne is activating now and advancing forward 12 inches and is going to take its infantry flamethrower, rolling to see if it actually goes off, and getting 5 hits.
Get ready. Burn them all to hell.
And after failing some hard-to-kill rolls, it's able to take out the ground vehicle, though it does sustain a pin when firing its flamethrower. Not only that, but rolling to 1 afterwards and running out of flamethrower ammunition altogether. So now the British platoon commander and his monkey companion George are running forward to the center objective, trying to accomplish the mission that was so desperately given to him over the radio from High Command. And with that, that is the end of turn 2, with no green hand units taken out, but a lot of single models missing from squads, and the majority of the British Commonwealth units being taken out from overloading their weapons. That being said, the British Commonwealth are in control of the central objective and are slowly moving forward with their hard-to-kill and tough robot infantry fighting force. With that, that is the end of turn 2. We go to the start of turn 3. Start of turn 3 here, and the Hunter ground vehicle is going to be targeting the Flammenspinner, but unfortunately misses. So now the Flammenspinner is going to be activating here, needs to pass its order test, and learning from Rev the Pro Walker tactics. Now that it's run out of flamethrower ammo, I'm going to be essentially running through these 2 armored units here and ending up in contact with the Mark II infantry at the end here. They're going to need to take morale tests, and they're going to get attacked along the way from the legs of the walker.
Full speed! Run them down! Show them no mercy!
Unfortunately though, due to the fact that they are robots and made out of metal and not flesh, even with a successful damage roll on the last squad of Mark II, a successful hard-to-kill roll stops any of the Mark II infantry from being taken out. The Green Hand platoon commander, Colonel von Lichtenstein, is activating after passing an order test, and he's just going to be running behind the building here, opposite of the central objective. These Mark II infantry over here are going to be advancing forward 4 inches and shooting with their autocannons into the Flammenspinner. Starting off with the heavy autocannon, and then firing with the light autocannon. And actually managing to get a glancing hit here and leading to the steering being immobilized on the Flammenspinner. The Axis bazooka team is just repositioning slightly with an advance move and is now taking aim at the Mark II infantry that just advanced forward, firing with its bazooka, trying to penetrate their metallic robot bodies. Being the fact that they're not in power armor, getting a good chance to take one out, but with a 1, unfortunately, it doesn't do it. So now the Stahltruppen are activating by the heavy weapons platoon commander, and they're going to be firing their LMGs to start off with, and then their anti-tank at this Mark I infantry squad. But unfortunately, they failed to take any of their targets out. And then the heavy weapons platoon commander on the Axis side is just going down and then using his guts to put the Stahltruppen's dice back in the bag. But instead of activating them right away, I choose to activate the sniper team and using the anti-tank sniper rifle, take aim at the Mark I armored infantry and try and take one of them out. Getting +1 to hit, so actually hitting on a 3. With a 4 and then a damage roll of a 6, takes one of the infantry out. So now Mark I infantry on the British Commonwealth side activating, and they are just advancing forward, and they're going to be taking aim at the Stahltruppen using their heavy machine guns. Being outside of range though, Rev checking to see if he's within half range. So he decides to actually shoot at the Vogelspinne instead, being that he's within half distance with the HMGs. And after taking some incoming fire, the Stahltruppen are now activating, shooting with their LMGs to start, and then their anti-tank rifle at the Mark Is that just fired at them. Starting off with the LMG here first, and then the anti-tank. Successfully managing to take one of the Mark I infantry out with the anti-tank weapon. So the 3-man stall trooping squad behind the platoon commander is activating, and they're just advancing forward next to the building and taking some cover. And they're going to be firing at the lone Mark 1 troop with their LMGs and the anti-tank. Scoring a hit with the light anti-tank rifle, but not managing to take one out due to the hard-to-kill roll. Now the British platoon commander here puts down his corncob pipe and whips out an RPG and takes aim at the side of the Vogelspinne. With a successful hit, but doesn't manage to penetrate the armor. And then the Mark II infantry with its heavy autocannon firing at the stall trooping squad next to the building. Fortunately, it misses. Now, the lone stall trooping squad with a pin preemptively moves into the building before taking its order test, and as we all know, whenever you do that, bad juju, bad luck, and it fails its order test. The Vogelspinne in the center, right next to the central objective, is rallying and successfully removes all of its pins. And the veteran Volksgrenadier squad taking the lull in the firefight to run forward, take cover behind the building, and get ever closer to the central objective.
Move it! Move it!
Now the flamethrower squad, after seeing the stall trooping get stuck in the window and fall out, they successfully make their way into the building and get ready either to fire at another turn or move out with their flamethrower. That is the end of turn 3, and more British Commonwealth units have been destroyed by activating their rift abilities and getting unlucky rolls than have been taken out by the Green Hand. Currently, the British Commonwealth, though, do control the central objective with the British platoon commander and his sidekick monkey, George, sitting right next to the central objective. With that, that is the end of turn 3, moving on to the start of turn 4. Start of turn 4 here, and the British platoon commander with his corncob pipe, again, after putting it down, whips out another RPG head and fires at the Vogelspinne.
What seems to be all the fuss about?
But unfortunately just manages a pin. And after receiving a broadside hit from an RPG at almost point-blank range, the Vogelspinne moves forward into base contact with an advance, causing a morale roll and an attack onto the commander, and then opens up with its Maschensphere cannon into the Mark II infantry. And after failing the morale test, and getting multiple hits on the British platoon commander, he's successfully taken out. And now firing with its medium machine gun at the Mark I infantry in front and its Maschensphere cannon with the rift ability active into the Mark II infantry. Starting off with the medium machine guns getting one extra shot due to the Axis Army rule. Getting 2 successful damage rolls with the Maschensphere, and failing the hard-to-kill rolls, 2 of the heavy Mark II infantry are taken out.
Warning, warning, malfunction.
So now the Mark I infantry in the center here is moving forward and taking aim with this LMG at the stall trooping. And successfully managing to take one of them out, as the LMG rounds rip through the palm tree next to him and penetrate the power armor. So now the stall troop, and after just losing one of their members, are moving forward with an advance roll, shooting their LMG into the Mark I infantry on the right and the light anti-tank weapon into the Mark II infantry on the left. Missing with the light anti-tank. scoring a couple hits with the light machine gun here, with a damage roll of a 6, managing to take out the lone Mark I infantry. These Mark II units are moving forward. They just lost 2 members and they are advancing forward towards the center objective and getting closer to the Vogelspinne, and they're going to be firing with their autocannons. Getting a couple successful hits, but not able to get through the armor of the Vogelspinne.
Hold your ground, damn it!
And after pulling their dice out of the bag, the full unit of Stahltruppen on the right side are activating and shooting at the Mark I infantry in front of the Vogelspinne before it can activate. Shooting with their LMGs first. Getting successful hits but no damage rolls. And failing to hit with the light anti-tank weapon. So advancing forward to get a clear line of fire around the friendly Vogelspinne, the Axis bazooka team is advancing forward and taking aim with its bazookas at the Mark II infantry. Getting a +6 pen bonus. But after moving and needing a 5, they miss. After shambling their way and jumping through the windows, the full unit of Volksgrenadier get inside the building next to the center objective. And in response, the lone Mark II infantry is moving towards the center objective, advancing, taking aim with its heavy autocannon at the Stahltruppen.
Target located. Fire.
But unfortunately it misses even with its bonus of being able to move and not getting a -1 to shoot. Moving into range now, the sniper is taking aim at the Mark II infantry that just came into view. With a successful hit roll, but not able to take out the heavy armored infantry. And after learning his lesson the first time, the Stahltruppen successfully passes his morale test and is going to run forward and get closer to his platoon commander. Heavy weapons platoon commander on the Axis side just going down, taking cover with all the autocannon fire. And the Hunter ground vehicle is now advancing forward towards the center objective, taking aim with its light anti-tank weapon at the Stahltruppen. With a successful hit of a 5, they actually managed to take out one of the Stahltruppen with their +7 armor. Seeing one of his precious Stahltruppen taken out, Colonel von Lichtenstein is going to move forward, advance, and he's going to be taking aim with his assault rifle at the ground vehicle.
Forward, men! The secret British encoding machine will be ours for once!
Being that it's only 6 damage value, he has a chance of taking it out. With the assault getting a successful hit, but the small caliber ammunition isn't able to take out one of the ground vehicles. And the Flammenspinner, after not being able to turn anywhere, just goes down. And that's the end of turn 4. We're moving on to the start of turn 5. Start of turn 5 here, the little hunter drone is advancing forward and taking its light anti-tank gun, expending its rift dice, putting a medium anti-tank round in it, and firing at the Vogelspinne.
Warning, warning.
George, come on,
cooling
stop it,
temperature
George.
malfunction.
And a successful hit, but unfortunately it glances right off without a damage roll, and actually manages to jam the turret on the Vogelspinne with its damage roll. Now rolling to see if the rift ability causes any damage. Suffering some internal damage from overloading its light anti-tank weapon, it explodes right next to the platoon commander. So the Vogelspinne is activating now, and it is going to be shooting its medium machine gun at Mark I infantry, and it's going to be shooting its Maschensphere at the Mark II infantry. Passing its order test first, pulling an inactive rift dice out and actually getting a surging rift dice, and choosing to use the surging ability. It's going to be suffering some pins, but it gets extra additional hits on the Mark II infantry. Not doing much with the medium machine guns. So next up, the overloaded Maschensphere with its gravity pulse. So getting one additional hit for each mini under the template, but unfortunately they are too tough for the Maschensphere to take out. Been activating now and shooting its anti-tank after passing an order test, and trying to take out that Mark II infantry in the center. After getting a successful damage roll and a failed hard-to-kill roll on the Commonwealth side, it gets taken out. So now the Axis Bazooka team is activating now, and it's just going to fire, not needing to move, and is going to be shooting at the Mark II infantry. Getting a successful hit roll and a successful damage roll, and with Rev failing a hard-to-kill roll, a Mark II infantry is taken out. Rev activating his Mark I infantry with the heavy machine gun. With its heavy machine gun at the bazooka team and successfully taking out the spotter. So now the veteran Volksgrenadiers are running out of the building and assaulting the British platoon commander and his sidekick George.
Forward, men! Show them no mercy!
We decided just to see if the platoon commander successfully takes one out, and he actually does. I like to think George the monkey did. And unfortunately, against 11 assaulting Volksgrenadiers, he didn't stand a chance. Now the Axis platoon commander is just running forward, moving closer to the Vogelspinne to give it a +2 bonus to its morale. Following their platoon commander, this Stahltruppen is just running towards the center objective to help secure it. With the way paved, all the Axis forces start piling in towards the center objective, including the veteran flamethrower unit, which has been itching to use this weapon. And just moving with some of the Axis forces that were further back, trying to get closer towards the center. Rev activating the Mark II heavy infantry here, shooting with the autocannon at the bazooka team. But unfortunately, its aiming system must have been damaged. The Flammenspinner just skitters backwards to try and strike fear in the eyes of the British Commonwealth forces. And with that, that is the end of turn 5. We're moving on to the last turn here with turn 6. With the chance for turn 7 on a 4-up at the end of turn 6. Start of turn 6, and British Commonwealth forces are up first. After feeling bold and confident after taking out the platoon commander and his monkey George, the veteran Volksgrenadiers assault the Mark II infantry, thinking that it would be an easy target. Now they almost all have assault rifles, and there's one guy with an LMG, needing 6s into 6s here. The Mark II infantry actually takes out one of the Volksgrenadiers and wins the combat. So I like to think it was like a scene out of like Terminator or something. You just took out all of the infantry all at once. So now the flamethrower team, after hearing the cries for help around the corner, move around and take aim with their flamethrower and successfully manage to take out the Mark II infantry.
Die, Clanker! Die!
Fortunately, they had to use their entire tank of flamethrower ammunition to take it out. Bazooka team firing now and trying to take out the Mark II infantry, the lone one next to the center objective. Getting a successful hit roll and actually managing to take it out. Being the last unit on the board for the British Commonwealth, the Mark I infantry advances forward following its orders, attempting to take out the flamethrower team. But only managing to pin. And under orders of Colonel von Liechtenstein, the Vogelspinne is ordered forward, firing its Maschensphere cannon at the Mark I infantry, attempting to take it out. Somehow, it keeps going. All the Axis forces moving forward here, Getting towards the center objective, they have information that the secret encoding machine is in there and they want it. The stall trooping running up the stairs here, getting on top of the building with its light anti-tank weapon for a potential turn 7 shot. And the platoon commander moving forward as well. And that's the end of turn 6, and we actually rolled and we get a turn 7. Starting off turn 7, the flamethrower team, enraged after running out of its flamethrower ammo, runs into the Mark II infantry and manages to beat it down with the flamethrower tank. And take out the last of the British Commonwealth. And with that, that is the end of turn 7, and the Axis forces managing to take out all of the British Commonwealth, mind you, half of them self-destructed, and securing the center objective. But taking heavy losses on their side, the Axis forces losing a lot of valuable troops in the process. Well, that was the debut of Rev's British Commonwealth forces and the Commonwealth as a whole on the channel. And even though they didn't win, I was wholly impressed with their shooting capabilities, being able to move and not get the -1 to shoot, as well as the being able to be equipped with the autocannons, having toughness 7, hard to kill. So unfortunately, I think Rev just got unlucky here with a lot of his rolls. So they still managed to take out a lot of the Axis forces in the process.
You see, with the power of the rift, we the Green Hand are unstoppable. And now with the encoding machine, we shall find out all of the secrets and how they've been decrypting all of our messages with our allies. Now quickly, secure the machine. We must return back to HQ.
I hope you enjoyed this battle report of Konflikt 47 2nd edition here on the channel. Again, shout out to Rev for the hard work in getting this British Commonwealth Army ready and on the table. We have new battle reports planned for the future with the British Commonwealth, and we're going to be adding a lot of new units to all of our armies. We're slowly getting more models and painting them up. Everything takes a while, obviously. So we're going to be getting more variety here on the channel when it comes to our Konflikt battle reports. Well, thank you again for watching, and thank you to our new channel members, Tiki the Hut and Rev. Couldn't do it without you. And thank you to everybody that watches the videos and supports, whether you like the video or you hype it up. It means a lot. Well, thank you so much again. My name is Mike from Mike Rolls Dice. Till next time, as always, keep rolling high on those dice.